All right, so we are back. Sorry for the interruption. Um, I should try to change the title on the YouTube side. You know, now that I think about it, I really should try a little bit harder with the channel from time to time. But you know what? Like I said before, we're gonna focus on the game. We're not gonna talk too much about the channel. We're not gonna talk about random media stuff, and we're not gonna talk about personal stuff, any of that thing. We're gonna focus on the game, and if we discuss things that are not super related to the game's plot in general, it will be at least related to the game's themes of social media and like popularity and stuff like that. You know? Yes. Thank you, Stream Elements. Thank you for being here. I'm so sorry for having to end the stream abruptly, but you know, we are back and we are going to continue. Okay, so actually, I was thinking, so these loading points, right? Like they're probably more accurate to where I actually left off. Like I just do the continue thing because it's easier for me. And I think it should be fine because I always leave off when a new section begins rather than in the middle of anything, so it probably would be fine. So you know what? I'm just gonna continue. We're probably gonna do the body discovery and then do a little bit of dialogue afterwards, and I think I might end the stream there. And we're not gonna go on for too long. Hopefully it won't be too long because I don't plan on yapping as much. So let's see if we can keep the stream a bit shorter out. The other ones are like what? 3 hours each. If anyone is ever curious, like if you start the series or like get to this point in the series and are like, hey, what happened to all the other parts? I don't know, you can send a message and be like, and like stop the stream here and just ask for the other parts. I don't really mind sharing it. At least I don't think so. We'll see. The gruesome abrasion on her caught my eyes.
도윤아, 괜찮겠어?
He placed his arms around Yoon to comfort him.
앞장서더니 뭐해?
His son tried to suppress his voice from trembling. Yoon looked back at her. The top of her head had been crushed. It was a significant wound. This was undoubtedly the cause of her death.
고개를 들고 있다가 파편에 맞은 건가?
자네 많이 떨어졌으니까.
이 정도 상처면 파편 정도가 아니었을 거야.
Okay, the top of her head had been severely wounded. So I do kind of remember this section a little bit. The corpse was laying inches away from the collapsed frames and concrete debris. Her entire body had been buried. If it was laying slightly closer.
파편 같은 게 깔려 있어.
A pile of debris from the collapse was sitting underneath her body.
등 쪽은 깨끗해.
Oddly, there was no debris on top of her body. His gaze stopped at the blood stains on her hand.
저기도 상처가 있어.
There's a pile of debris underneath her body, but nothing much on her body. Are they telling us what order to investigate this in? Why can't I investigate this? You know, actually, I don't think it matters, but we'll go with their suggestions. Her legs were stunned. That's... Yeah, you're never walking again. Well, I mean, it's a good thing she's dead, I guess. That's not gonna be a problem to worry about. Her legs were stuck underneath the collapsed steel frames. Am I a bad person for that? Yeah. Yoon looked back at her. There's only a narrow gap between the floor and the frames. Her legs were... God, this makes me cringe. I care a lot about my bones not being shattered. Suddenly. Her legs were also snapped at an unnatural angle. Her trousers were stretched out as if they had been pulled on.
다른 것처럼 늘어났어.
빠져나오려고 하셨던 거겠지.
이걸 치울 수는 없을까?
The three of them try to lift the steel frames.
안 되겠어. 너무 무거워.
Yeah, you would need like a crane for that shit, unfortunately. So yeah, she would have been stuck there the whole time. A part of me, like I've always wondered if I was in this kind of situation, what would I prefer? And I think I would just prefer to die and not have to deal with the consistent fear, because like they don't get rescued for almost like 10 hours. And this is like a really dangerous place. I don't even know if she would have survived if, let's say, they didn't see all this, I guess, right? Like if she didn't die like earlier and they found her and then she was just like stuck there for the whole entire time before rescue, like later in the story there's several other collapses that happen within the building, so I feel like it's possible, you know, you just have to be there like in fear and everything just collapsing around you, possibly getting crushed later on. Like, I don't know. I think the fact that it happened earlier is nice. I'd rather just be put out of my misery. I don't like prolonged suffering. Even if there's a chance I survive, I wouldn't want to. I wouldn't want to deal with it, to be honest. I'd rather it just be done with. Because dealing with the fear is honestly worse than dying, in my opinion. But I think I just have a very messed up viewpoint of things, so. Her legs were caught between a steel frame and the ground. The torn parts of her pants indicated that she struggled hard to get out. Yeah, so another thing is, I do remember that Hae-sung got mad at me for lying to him. Very blatant lie as well, so, you know, that's something to remember. Oh, my eyes hurt, what the fuck? A large piece of concrete debris. Okay, so my eyes hurt enough that it completely closed itself and is not opening back up. So I'm gonna get a tissue. Please sit tight, I'll be right back. Don't think too much about the corpse. I still feel really bad about that. The fact that I just started the stream and then like the only thing Aether got to see before I ended the stream was just the gruesome dead body, and I was like, what? Gotta go. You know, this is a little fun fact, but my eyes get really irritated really easily by everything, so. Okay. A large piece of concrete debris.
피가 묻었어.
This is clearly the debris that killed her. Say-young.
이런 게 머리에...
Hae-sung groaned as he mumbled out a few words. They found a large piece of concrete with blood on it near her head. Do-yoon examined her hand.
손등에 상처가 심해.
머리만큼 심각한 건 아니지만
잔에 맞은 건가?
It looked like the wound was caused by being struck or crushed by something. This was definitely a horrible sight to witness. The palm of her hand was clean, but there are wounds on the back of her hand as if it were struck or crushed by something.
여기까지인 것 같아.
연락 해줘야겠지.
Hae-sung let out a deep sigh. I should probably
누나, 지금 연락 가능해요?
try to title the YouTube VOD a little bit something different because there's kind of like two streams of the same title, and I think that's bad for the algorithm, or bad for. Well, to be fair, my channel isn't really growing, and I don't do much to help it grow, so I guess that's not really a big deal.
바로 확인해 볼게.
Those who were standing back focused on their watches, their own watches. Oh shit! I didn't mean to do that. I'm sorry.
혹시 전화 안 되는 거예요?
잘 안 되는 것 같아. 잠깐만. 신호 끊어지는 것 같은데? 여럿이 하면 더 안 될 수도 있어. 밖이 난장판이라 통신이 됐다 말았다 한댔거든. 취재진, 구조대, 구경꾼까지 미어 터진다고.
여기서 몰라도 밖엔 사람이 많았군요.
And this is something that I get really pissed off about, like how selfish people are. And to be fair, I don't think everyone is doing it intentionally or like knowingly, like sabotaging. I think they like some people, they are trying to like record things because they think like, oh, the more information that gets out, the more helpful it will be. Or sometimes, you know, it's just like a really interesting situation. You don't see this shit happen often. In fact, you don't really see this shit happen like near you almost ever. So a lot of people, they're gonna be like, oh my god, this is crazy, I need to record this, because you know, like generally we are kind of now a little bit more trained to kind of seek out interesting things and like just record it, even if like even if it gets published nowhere, even if we don't use it for anything. It's just the fact like we want to record memories and keep it or whatever, right? And in doing so, what they are doing is potentially making rescue operations for the professionals much harder because they can't get signal. And now because of rescue being impeded, it could either things can either take longer, or you know, it'll just, you know, we just won't know anything for a while. And not only will it get longer, there's a chance that people could die within all this time. Honestly, something that I don't think I acknowledged very well when I first played Barry Stars is kind of like, I got really mad at people because I think I thought about things too logically. And also a little bit too empathetically at times, that I just didn't understand why are people being such fucking assholes and being so selfish. But honestly, I'm pretty sure in real life situations, a lot of these things do go down the way, like this way. And also all the characters in the main cast are really well written, and I feel like they're very realistic and like down to earth people. Like even people with quote unquote more out there interesting personalities, like you get to know them and you kind of realize like, you know, obviously it's a mask, it's like they're acting it up. So what's it called, the views, bro, we need to be popular, otherwise we're gonna get voted out. It's just the way the game works. The game's the game.
이게 구경거리라는 거야? 어쩌면.
According to the rescue team, the outside seems to be bustling with reporters and bystanders. Frowning, Ji-young lowered her watch.
연락 안 돼. 다른 사람도 해볼래?
Nobody, including Do-yoon, could make the call.
전화 우리끼리만 되는 것 같은데요.
이래선 의미가 없어.
이딴 짓을 시키고선 연락을 씹어? 아, 테이프로 알리면
데이터에 환장했냐? PD님 돌아가셨다고 아주 광고를 해라.
그런 넌 무슨 대책 있어?
Yeah, I honestly don't really know how I feel about this situation. Because I think initially I didn't like the fact. No, I think it's been a couple months, but I think initially I actually agree with Haesung, and that if we can't call the professionals, we can at least tweet about our situation so people can get more knowledge, and then therefore, hopefully help can know what to do. But also something I guess I didn't really think about was the fact that because it's not like official news, like professionals aren't able to handle everything before it gets publicized, right? Like this is something that's talked about, but like people posting live deaths on like TikTok, Twitter, and like whatever, and then like family members figuring out that their family member died by watching them die instead of like a police report or someone coming to them to tell them the news and bringing it to them that way. And obviously, watching your family member die and not being able to do anything about it and it being after the fact is way, way, way worse than having someone calmly tell you and break the news to you and also provide like a bit of emotional support and comfort. I would, or I don't know about the second part. I would assume they would try to comfort you a little bit. I don't think they would just tell you the news and then fuck right off. Like, I feel like this visual novel is very complicated, or not complicated. I don't know if that's the right word. Very layered?
진정해. 당장 연락할 필요는 없어.
나중에 다시 해봐도 될 거야.
그래요. 연락될 때 전해주면 되죠.
그치만 PD님을 여기
There was a loud boom and the whole place began to shake.
머리! 다 머리 가려!
도윤아 시켜!
An ominous noise screeched out from the bent steel frames. All sorts of debris rolled across the floor. Soon, the tremor gradually began to subside. Ji-young brushed off the dirt from her hair and clothes.
다 지나갔나?
더 무너지는 건 아니겠죠?
누나, 괜찮아요?
참아보고 있어.
Ina patted Ji-young on her shoulder.
무대 아래는 위험해. 구조대한테는 연락될 때 얘기하고 위로 가자. 이나야, 그치만 이대로 두면
네 생각만 하냐?
멍청아! 우릴 생각하니까 이렇게 말한 거야.
No, I'm agreeing with her because the thing is, like, maybe this is heartless for me to say, but she's already dead, bro. What do you want us to do? Like, we spend the time and energy to get her out. Now what? She's still fucking dead. And in that time, what if someone else gets gravely hurt or like, you know, also dies? What we could do is prioritize the people who are actually living and have a chance, you know? Like, I'm sorry, it's like, it's not even hopeless for her, it's just already over. Like, we gotta go.
무대로 돌아가는 게 좋겠어요.
이대로 가버리잔 말이야?
Yes. I'm not dying for this corpse, you know? Like dead. She's dead. Not dying for the dead.
난 도윤이 말에 찬성해.
Like what do you think we will gain? Best case scenario, we move the corpse. Yippee hooray. What now? Like, the rescue team will still have to recover her corpse either way. We move it to a safer location? So what? She's dead! Worst case scenario, we die. The place is collapsing. I'm sorry, I just don't care about the fucking dead body.
여긴 너무 캄캄해. 자네라도 떨어지면 보고 피하는 것도 힘들어.
Everyone held their breaths as, at the creaking of the steel frames.
생각이 갈릴 만한 얘기란 건 알지만 조명이라도 비치는 무대 위로 가는 게 좋을 것 같아.
맞아. 떨어지는 거 못 보고 맞기라도 하면
피디님처럼
어쩔 수 없는 건가?
The group reluctantly head up to the stage.
연락은 가서 계속 해보자.
Like, I kind of get it. I feel like if someone very important to me died, I wouldn't want to leave their corpse either. Like, I would want to stay with them or try to bring them with me or, like, protect them. But, you know, because I don't care about her and she's not someone I love, I don't know. I like living a little bit more. Like, I don't know. Maybe I sound like a fucking asshole. Just being like, I don't know, bro. To be honest, I don't give a fuck. And okay, but like honestly, like as a viewer or like as a player, well, what do I even know about her? Why should I give a fuck? So like, yeah, of course, I'm gonna prioritize my life. Yeah, fuck her. Am I a monster? So you know, sometimes I wonder, do the choices in these games make me seem like a monster?
구조대가 오면 다 끝나요. 전부 좋아질 거라고요.
버텨야 돼. 남은 시간 동안 어떻게든.
Deep down, Diyun couldn't agree more. However, a sense of oddity during the inspection of the corpse. This mysterious feeling of oddity never went away. Okay, how far are we into this stream? We're only 20 minutes. I'm going to finish this section and then we're gonna end the stream. Let's look at what has been shared. Bossy. Se-young was so impatient, never waited for approval, was always about action, and so stubborn. She'd always fly off the handle if her orders weren't followed properly. We nicknamed her Bossy. Hey, it's you! The construction company illegally cut costs on the construction materials and labor. I reported it, but I got fired. Don't believe what the staff are saying. I mean, I'm pretty sure this is true. I'm kind of surprised that people are kind of like lying for the company. What do you gain at this point? I mean, I guess NDA, yeah. You can't get sued if you stay strong. I mean, but wouldn't it be better to just be quiet? Why are they like actively lying and defending the company? Because it almost, like, straight up, it almost got them killed as well. Like, the company doesn't give a fuck about you, bro. Stored photos or videos of the action site in a safe place. You might need to hand them in to the police as proof. Yeah, and that's also another thing, a reason why there's probably a lot of bystanders and like the reporters are less doing it for like the whole goal of we should record and get proof to maybe help later. And it's much more about this is sensational, it'll get us clicks and money, right? But the boycott, do you? The thing is, generally speaking, I don't believe people are evil enough to want our downfall. I feel like Twitter is like a hellscape, and honestly, I agree, but still. A dead person was discovered, delaying rescue operation? Casualty rumors. Rumors has it that since the casualty was discovered, the rescue operation could be delayed. This rumor is spreading on Platter with no exact source. What on earth is happening? I'm sorry, it's my fault. No! Beastard. I think it's Do Yoon Han. Couldn't call or contact the broadcasting station, and Minso told me to check out Platter. We're heading there in Iksun's car. What on earth is happening? I'm sorry, it's my fault. No. I don't want to say either of these. Oh shit, where did my game go? Fuck. No, let's not reply. Bro, okay, wait. What do these choices mean exactly? Okay, so I feel like if I say I had it coming when I said I stayed in Beastars, like, we're not blaming the other person, but we're blaming ourselves unnecessarily, I will add. And also, what is it? Like, we're blaming ourselves unnecessarily, but also, this is just gonna drop our sanity. I have no doubt about it. Like, we might be comforting the person over here, but that's not gonna matter because we're just gonna lose sanity and, like, this isn't gonna be very relevant. It makes us feel nice in the moment, but... like, I don't want to do things that is just gonna make me feel bad for no reason, right? But, okay, so it's like, I get this is not really blaming them exactly, but I'm scared that this is making them sound stupid and be like, why are you making this all about yourself? Maybe I'm just reading too much into this. Well, anyways, I'm not gonna pick this. I'm gonna pick this. Jeong Kim, the drummer of Masquerade. He had no reason to blame himself. If I left our band when Woosuck came up with the record deal on the condition of my leaving the band, we wouldn't have gone through all this Beastars trouble. I can't believe I ended up in this mess because I couldn't let go. Anyhow, our band is about to fall apart, and you might continue to be a rock musician, even changing the music genre. I wonder why you didn't abandon us back then. But it was just the beginning, not the end. Like, this is something... I feel like... he never abandoned them. He just moved further into the competition when they weren't able to move further. That doesn't mean... like, if this... like, it's not like... if everyone has to be like a soloist, or right? If it's just one person, like each participant is one person and you can't really compete as a band, but the whole band just happened to all be participants, that's not his fault, bro. Like, he just got chosen. And it's like, this doesn't mean the band got like discontinued. There's no part where he just said, alright, I'm better than y'all, I'm quitting the band. Like, what is, like, why are people so upset? Especially if the Masquerade official Twitter is still in support of the... what? Like, if the official Twitter is on Diyun's side, then, like, obviously he's not a betrayer. Like, I don't know, shit happens. Like, this isn't the end of a friendship. Like, I don't know, like things can happen and friendships can end, of course, like, and bands can break apart. That's fine. But, like, they're still talking to each other positively, publicly. Like, theoretically, they're still following each other and talking to each other. Like, there's no betrayal, there's no breakup, there's no nothing. It's just one person decided to be a fucking bitch. And I don't even know, like, why he's so upset about it. Because if Diyun gets popular and he gets promoted, that can in turn, when he comes back and, like, all of Beastars is done and he focuses on Masquerade, because from what I could tell, there's no evidence of him ever leaving Masquerade. He just moved further into the competition without the rest of Masquerade. Like, his popularity can promote the band as a whole. Everyone can work together and be popular together as a whole. But no, you gotta tell him that he's a betrayer, he's evil. How dare you leave your friends behind for like a couple weeks? The gasp! This opportunity, this golden goose of an opportunity to promote us? Nah. And I mean, I get it. I mean, like, not, I get it as in I would be, I feel a certain, like, I feel a similar way. No, I get the reason why Woosuck is like this. And it's just because of jealousy. Because he isn't the one to progress, he isn't the one to get the fame. And he's supposed to be, like, the lead and, like, the face of the group as well, because, you know, he's the vocalist and stuff. So this just looks bad for him, and he feels, and that's why he's, like, shitting so much on him. But honestly, the fact that so many people are taking his side is kind of crazy, because, like, I feel like anyone should know that he's like Woodstock is being irrational here. But Yoon discovered that just before signing the contract that it required replacing some of the band members and changing their genre. Yoon strongly opposed it, and there was some conflict within the band about it. He decided to check for new mentions later. Okay, so we get to respond to them, but it doesn't look like we really gain or lose anything. I do feel like I should read some more of these tweets because they are really interesting and they really build onto the world and like the characters a bit. Sung and I went to the same school. He didn't have a filter in his brain, but he's not the villain type at all. Skim through everything, I guess. Okay, so we're done. I do want to... nothing else that's interesting. Let me look a bit. Gyuk and Ina are quiet. Why is it only Haesung making a scene? That's honestly kind of... Well, look at this. Everyone likes it. Okay, so this doesn't gain us anything. Okay, this... Don't use that. This one gives us a card. Doesn't gain us anything. Gives us a card. Doesn't gain us anything. Doesn't gain us anything. Doesn't gain us... Oh, this one gives us more positivity. Okay. Well, we'll talk about that, and then we'll do the 2 card things. Should be 2, right?
그건
I think the heart thing is unleashed after New Game Plus, I think. You know, overall, I think the second playthrough, both as I think, yeah, when I first played this, or like the first playthrough that I did, I don't think I was active enough on social media, and I also don't think I had enough life experience. Because I feel like now that I've, like, it's been 3 years since I started streaming, and really I am not very experienced as a streamer, and I barely put myself out there to get to know what it's like to even deal with these kind of things. But now that I've somewhat, just a bit, gotten to understand people on Twitter a bit, and understand people's, like, mentality, and also to some degree get a bit of hate myself, and experience what that's like, I kind of see why everything is happening the way it is. And the things that I kind of found illogical or was really judgy over originally make complete sense, because fuck, I reacted really negatively to certain things. some minor Twitter things, and I overreact for some things as well. But you know. The debris by the head, it was a chunk of concrete.
그게
그랬지.
그래.
아무래도
Yeah, the
내 생각에는
I think unfortunately, if it was a steel frame, like, God, the steel frame had to have happened before she died. Actually, no, I'm pretty sure it says that in the story, because like her legs are all twisted and like she tried to pull up her pants and stuff like that. So she had to be alive after her legs were crushed. And I just don't want to imagine that. I don't know, like, I think this is just like, maybe I just don't deal with enough pain. You know what? I need to break a bone. I need to break a bone and heal so I can you know, understand the feeling and not be so scared of it. But unfortunately, I think breaking a bone at this point in time will actually be really bad, because I'm an adult now and bones do not heal as nicely as if you were children. And you know, the fun thing is, if you break a bone while you're a child, after it heals, it gets a bit stronger, right? Like a little bit. It's like a little bit more reinforced because of the damage. But I think as an adult, I don't know if that happens. I think you just deal with a worser bone in that area. And it takes longer to heal, and it hurts like a fucking bitch. Way more. So, you know what? Let's just live our nice, cushiony life, I guess. I don't want to break a bone. Yeah.
그래.
그래도
Gyuk fell silent. His face was pale. His eyes were on the other side of the area where Seong was found.
괜찮아?
괜찮아.
Gyuk turned back to Duyun again. Okay, nothing, nothing, negative, nothing, and then this one.
대체
아무래도
Gyuk looked up at the ceiling. There was only darkness above.
도윤아,
Okay, I don't really know what he would like. I don't think he cares about this nearly as much. But yeah, this is what I'm worried about. Even like an hour, 2 or 3 delay, like even like, you know, something as simple as maybe a 30-minute delay. That could be enough time for something to collapse and fall onto someone and kill someone, which is true because within the time that we were waiting around, and like I think we only had like an hour left ish, or like maybe I think at worst it was 3 hours, but we barely, like, we didn't really have to wait that much longer. But even so, everyone kind of just all started dying simultaneously.
나는
Yeah.
맞아.
그럴까?
You know, I wonder what what about debris and being buried would cause what's it called? Would cause your data to go bad. So like this, I mean, like, it's the same building and we're in like the same area. And it's the same amount of material, right? So what causes the data to suddenly go bad and like us being unable to like do things like call people, tweet, and like kind of just like what we were able to do on stage before. I mean, I guess we never fully knew what we were able to do on stage. Maybe there was a little bit of like a signal blocking. Well, actually no, if there was a signal blocking, that would probably be undone simply because they need it to be undone for the rescue mission. So I mean, unless whatever is blocking the signal gets buried with us. Oh shit. Okay, but I don't think that's like the case. I don't know. You quickly looked at his watch. Okay, so this is nothing, 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 nothing. And then positive. Oh shit, I didn't mean to do that, but yeah, I was supposed to do that.
맞아.
You quietly glanced at Haesung.
어떻게?
글쎄.
Oh my god, we're super happy now. Okay, well, positive, neutral, neutral, card, positive, neutral, card. This is just neutral. I mean, like, either way. This is negative, positive, negative. Okay, so we need to avoid those. He has a lot of things to make us like him. Well, or him to like us.
괜찮아?
네?
Someone wiped the sweat under his. Cell wiped the sweat under his chin with his sleeve.
그런 편이죠.
저기
You know, I'm also hot. What temperature is it? I swear to God, it was like freezing a week ago. I guess I should get rid of my little heater. I should probably also get some water. It's probably the things I ate, honestly.
네.
That's so true. Cell shook his head with a worried look on his face. Okay, neutral, card. Okay, we're gonna do this one.
저 그런데요.
아마도 그랬지.
Cell averted his quivering eyes from the chunk of concrete.
그게요.
You know, honestly, I can't imagine. Like, I'm always worried about someone from my past potentially finding this channel and being like, hey, I remember you from, XY year, and you did this thing. And I'm like, I did that? I did? Oh, shit. Or even worse, I do remember. Oh, fuck, I'm so sorry. But, like, I kind of thinking about it, I think like, in my life, at least, like, for the second example, I can only think of maybe 2 examples right now. And I'm sure, like, there's probably way more people who actually hate me, but, like, you know, I just can't remember them. But, like, Seyoung, she knows, like, a lot of people hate her. Like, genuinely hate her. And, like, a lot of people. Enough for her to, like, fear for her life. Like, I don't have to deal with that. At worst, I have, like, opinions that people don't like, and some people get really heated about that because, you know, Twitter's Twitter. What? Who the fuck is vacuuming at 2 a.m. in the morning? But also, what's it called? Like, thinking about it, like, I kind of realized I'm surrounded by so many people. Like, I have so many friends. As Seaside in my personal life, and, like, I guess, the Yoshia Usan, like, IDV. Like, this is actually something crazy. But I'm several people's primary friend tag. And I was so surprised about that. Because, like, there was someone I played with maybe 2, 3, 4 times. I don't know, we didn't play it together a lot, and I see that they put me as their primary friend tag, and they kept giving me friendship letters to boost our friendship, and I was just kind of thinking, like, damn, I didn't think I was, like, important enough for, like, that to happen, but I also kind of get it as well. Like, a lot of people like hanging out with me. I like, fuck, whenever I log on, like, usually within my play session, someone will try to invite me to play with them. And also, it does help that my personality is very reactive, I guess, and I try to be very... Like, I try to say things to people, so, like, you know, there's conversation, you get to know me, and, like, it's not too cold or quiet. Sorry, this is relevant. Let's continue. To calm down Cell? I'm gonna say we have to be extra careful, because I don't think he's the optimistic type, right?
그래.
Okay, thank God.
그러니까요.
I was actually not sure. Motherfucker, Cell, you suck.
그래도
그거야.
The only thing that could have caused the fatal injury is the blood-stained piece of concrete. It must have fallen from the ceiling. Okay, neutral, positive.
저 그런데요.
I don't even know what was the point of that tangent. I guess it's to say the chances of me getting stabbed in the back like Sejong here. Unlikely. But yet again, I'm also not an important person. Maybe if I were an important person, someone would stab me in the back. Wouldn't that be fun? It wouldn't, but like, at the same time, I would feel so complimented. Like, wow, you cared so much and you thought so deeply and felt so strongly about me that you had to murder me? Like, I'm just gonna say, I don't know. There's not a lot of murders that happen unless people are very passionate, right? So therefore, they must feel passionate about me. Right? Right? Am I making You know, maybe there's something wrong with me. Maybe I should consider talking to someone. God, guys, being stabbed? That just shows they really care.
맞아.
Oh, I just realized, I kind of forgot, but my microphone picks up a lot of noise. Actually, we're gonna stop for a bit, and I'm gonna see if I can find a way to... Oh, I don't think I can because I'm live. Shit. What? Wait. Okay, anyways, I'm gonna turn off Discord. I'm so sorry about that. Okay, we're gonna find a way to make it so that the microphone doesn't pick up on background noises. Because that's something that I always feel bad about whenever I watch back the streams. I always feel bad when you hear me, like, pick up something and, like, get a snack, get a drink, whatever. When you can hear me chewing. Like, you can kind of hear, you might be able to hear that there's, like, food in my mouth right now. From the way I'm talking. Like, I don't really mind that because at least it sounds okay. Maybe it sounds a little cringe, but I think, like, sounds like chewing and, like, crunching are not... I don't want those to be picked up, for example. I wish there was a way for me to be able to record, like, my sound from Discord. Because, like, the crisp function, right? It genuinely works pretty well. The only downside to that is, unfortunately, my audio and, like, how loud I am. Like, a lot of people complain that I'm quiet. I'm not sure if I'm still quiet. Maybe I'm too loud in some streams. I can never really figure that out, but, yeah, I do want to eventually figure out how to fix it. I'm sorry, guys. Anyways, let's go back to the stream.
혹시나
Wait, actually, let me send one more message. Give me a second. I said I wouldn't be distracted, but I want to be distracted.
아니었어.
Our sanity! We're going insane! Do you think it's gonna get us the bad end again? Bro, like, it drops completely. How do you avoid that? Like, how much sanity do you need? Especially since I think I looked it up after the fact because I was kind of struggling with the second playthrough the first time around. I think they actually said that sanity is not that important compared to, like, your relationships, and keeping your relationship high is more important because that's harder to get back. So I think theoretically we should be fine. I actually don't know what I'm going to do for the endings because I kind of want to end things on whatever ending I get, but I also know that I'm pretty sure you are just not going to get the full story if you don't get the true ending, so we'll see. If, like, the thing is, I don't know if I enjoy the game enough to play it for a third time. Like, I enjoy it, but I don't think I enjoy it like that much. Right? Like, I was actually considering getting a friend to play this with me because of how I was struggling with the second playthrough. It's only been 30 minutes. Wow. Usually I would get scared that I would be blabbing on for so long that I would take so much longer. Actually, we're only on cell. Actually, no, I think I am taking too long. Oh, shit.
도윤이 형,
괜찮아.
인정해요.
아니야.
어?
그거야.
Well, we're getting a lot of points. What the hell?
네.
Oh my god, he likes us. Okay, so this is a card. This is a mix. Negative, positive, negative. So since these are both negative, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do the positive one first, and then we're gonna do the two, like, choices, right?
이제 알겠어요.
That should theoretically make it easier because we'll know once we finish the two choices we could just leave and we won't accidentally click anything. Because I have accidentally clicked things before and I don't want to. I'm not gonna reload. So if I fuck something up, we're just gonna roll with it. Because if I reload, I'm gonna have to redo all of this. So.
그거 있잖아.
네.
Sal adjusted his glasses.
말하자면
You know, that's kind of interesting. It's kind of, it seems really hard to keep a secret, right? So seemingly a Beastar staff member got word of it and potentially said it to someone else, right? Maybe they spread it to their family members, maybe they spread it to their friends, and then that ended up somewhere on Twitter from an unknown source, spread further. Now people have this unverified rumor that is true. And like, of course, sometimes people could just be making up shit, so it is possible this unverified rumor just happened because someone was like, honestly, I bet this person's dead because we haven't heard anything about them. And then people just took that as fact and then they started spreading around. And, or like someone was vague posting. Someone was vague posting and then that got spread around. And now we have this unverified rumor that just happens to be correct. Because, like, sometimes things happen where people just say shit and then they're right, or sometimes they're wrong. And sometimes people have information, they say something, it gets into the wrong ear, and goes everywhere. Everywhere, bro.
그 말은
아무래도
그거야.
Honestly, maybe my theory is a vague poster. Is a vague poster that just happens to be correct. Like maybe like someone tweeted something like, God, I can't believe there's some people missing from the Beastar staff. I hope they're okay. And then someone quote tweeted them, there's a reason why they're missing ... And then people are like, oh shit, has it been confirmed? And then like that poster is just like, I don't know. And then like people who didn't look in the replies, they're just like, oh shit, I can't believe someone died in the Beastars state. And then it just goes, Because we just discovered her body like a couple minutes ago. How did it spread on Twitter that fast? Like, I feel like the rescue staff should be better at keeping their mouths shut for a little bit longer. Maybe. You know, I'm never been in a situation where I had to rescue people from rubbish. Maybe I would have told my friends and they would have tweeted about it. I know no one who uses Twitter like that. Okay, so that's done. Neutral, and then we can go to this one.
그렇다고 볼 수 있죠.
응?
말도 안 돼요. 그 말은
그러면
100%예요.
So continue after surveying the stage.
어?
사실은
Okay, we're not gonna choose this one because like, what the fuck is the staff gonna do about it, bro? Can't imagine the pressure. Yeah, we're trying to sympathize with him because we're not gonna blame the staff because he wouldn't like that. Because it's obvious he's trying his best and he doesn't want all this shit to happen.
그러니까요.
그래?
그거야. 그렇죠.
그렇다는 건
I'm wondering how bad would that be? Because things like seats and lights, they're not the main full structure, right? So theoretically, if you work with a blueprint that doesn't include the internal furnishing, you should be fine, right? Okay, so this should be the last one we need to do, I think.
너무 나갔어요.
그럼
사실은 근데 그게 그렇죠.
Okay, these are... I don't like either of these choices because they kind of put too much blame on Cell. Like, couldn't you have done this? Or you... I guess it's like, this is asking and this is like being like actual judgment. Like, this is just simply asking. So I'm gonna go with this one. I think this one's nicer.
있잖아.
Yeah, like...
끝까지
The thing is, what do I say here? What the fuck? Like, I feel like there's no way to, like, be positive about it. I swear to God, I made the same decision last time as well.
그게 알잖아.
그런 아시겠어요?
Then how would the other one be better, though? I don't get that, right? Because saying you should have opposed it more. Because, like, what he's saying is we're staff, we can't really do that, right? So why is the one being like, you should have, you could have, basically, done this, better than the why couldn't you have done this, right? Because I feel like both options are putting too much blame on him either way, and we kind of know that this shit is just out of his control, considering the fact that he's just a random lackey. Like, he's an important character in the story, but in real life, he would have just been a random nobody. We're the important people, not him. So, like, what the fuck is he gonna do? And we didn't even know about this shit. Like, we're quote unquote the important stars or whatever. We would have gotten no say either. Sell out a sigh while staring off somewhere in the distance.
아무래도요.
Okay. Okay, that's negative. That's negative. Yeah, so that should. We're gonna. I'm sorry. I'm skipping this. We lost sanity over there. What the fuck? Okay, fuck my life, I guess. Okay, so everything is positive or neutral from what it looks like. We only have one thing that's a card. So we'll do that and then we'll do everything else.
그때
아무래도
그러고 보니 왜일까?
She struggled, yeah.
그게
그렇구나. 확실히
Jiyoung nodded with a grim expression on her face.
괜찮아요?
알아. 도윤아,
네.
Yeah, okay, let's talk about this one.
확실히
그건
그렇구나.
The two fell silent for a moment.
아마
네.
Jiyoung quietly nodded. Okay, so we should only have one more, I think. Yeah, let's do that.
어,
그래요.
그러니까
그게
Jiyoung paused for a moment, touching her cheek with her finger.
모르겠어. 어,
She's so beautiful, man.
그럴까?
Okay, so that should be everything, so we're gonna leave her now. So pretty much everyone right now is mostly positive. Okay, so this is a card. It's neutral card. Neutral, neutral, positive, negative, negative. Card, and then... Okay, so there's a lot of cards actually. Let's do this one.
그래.
그래.
어?
Haesung nodded as if he was waiting for Taeyun's response. I guess her head was up, right? Yeah, she had her head up.
그건
네.
Haesung licked his parched lips.
괜찮아.
아니라고.
His son scratched the back of his ears with a pale face. The fact that she got hit on the top of her head while holding her head up, that means Se-young was conscious until the last moment. Okay, neutral, and then there's another card.
그랬었지.
So if I remember correctly, I did try to hide the information. He got mad at me, so I think we have to reveal it.
아니,
알아.
그래.
Yeah. Oh my god, look, he's super happy. That's cute. That's cute. We're talking about some person who brutally died. I'm sorry. Oh, what a happy. And we're talking about. I hope she didn't struggle for too long. I hope she died quickly.
아이고.
아니야.
에? 아닌데?
I think you can potentially keep some bystanders away and be like, hey, you need to evacuate the area, because bystanders are more likely to listen. The people I'm worried about are the reporters, because they don't listen. Even if, like, an area gets locked off because it's exclusive and, like, this is interesting, there's definitely going to be some people who, like, push past. You know, for, like, I don't know how often this happens. Like, sometimes it's really nice when this happens, because you get information that literally no one else has. It's super dangerous, and, like, it shows what's going on, and it can potentially, like, that information could potentially help the people who are trapped inside the situation, right? And then there are times like this when the information you get is delaying the rescue operations, and it's gonna potentially get us killed. You know, it's kind of sad that nowadays I don't think reporters and, like, journalists get a lot of respect, and that's because a lot of people see, like, reporters and journalists as sensationalists. They always have an agenda, and they have to push their, like, they have to push that, or that what their company is pushing for. So the truth doesn't matter. What matters more is the clicks, the money, and what your company is trying to promote and stuff like that. So a lot of people don't think of, like, a lot of people call pretty much every single news organization dishonest, and only the ones that they like in particular are the honest one. And the thing with money is it can go, like, anything and everything is probably dishonest in some form or another. Like, I think a good example is the fact that a lot of news organizations on both political spectrums did not report very heavily on certain files that are relevant right now, right? And likely is because the people higher up in these companies, especially since a lot of media is also owned by, like, a central company, right? They probably don't want the news to spread too far as well, so. Hae-sung locked eyes with Do-yoon while complaining.
왜?
응?
아, 참.
저기
Okay, so this is neutral, neutral, negative, negative, card, neutral, neutral. So this last one for Haesung.
그래도
Haesung stared at the other side of the collapse site. So, a part of me thinks that he would want us to be proactive and not, like, relaxed about it, right? I don't think he would be like if we were like, oh, the rescue team would take care of that, or like, you know, let's not worry about that ourselves, he wouldn't be happy about that. Because, like, he was willing to basically put us in danger and potentially get us, like, killed to help her and get more information on her death. So, I feel like, you know, this might be the better answer.
그러면 혹시
어? 생각해봐.
Really?
아니라고.
Haesung shook his watch.
그래서 뭐?
It's gonna get confiscated anyways, who gives a fuck?
괜찮아?
God, you are so pompous. Well, what are you even taking pictures of that you need to conceal? Neutral card, neutral, neutral card, negative, neutral, 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 positive. Let's do this one because once we do that one, everything that's going to show up is going to be... Everything that shows up after this one is going to be neutral anyway, so we'll just do this one ahead of time.
말이 돼?
Yeah, it seems like no one likes Haesung. I mean, to be fair, Haesung likes no one here except us, really. And us is like by barely, I think. Like, I mean, no, he's like very supportive of us. He does give us a lot of advice. Like, he's willing to throw us under the bus, but out of everyone, he does speak to us more positively and see us in a more positive way and try to genuinely help us. Well, everyone else, he just straight up antagonizes.
그게
그렇다니까.
응?
예를 들어
Nina turned her head and pouted.
들어봐봐. 그거지. 말하자면
Okay, so let's, this one's the first one.
그랬었지.
그게
아무래도
진짜야?
And then the thing just happens to fall on her legs around the same time. Because, like, if she, like, you had to be laying down at that point, you know? So, it is possible. But, yeah, this is a more correct answer, likely.
그게
Because it is proven that she struggled a lot before she died, so. Oh yeah, that's true as well.
있잖아.
그런 거야?
그래.
Wait, did we talk to Ji-young already? Oh shit, we did. Damn. Oh yeah, that's because she barely had any dialogue this run. Oh, we are really in the positive. Oh shit. Okay, so this is the last card, right? Yeah, so once we finish this, then we're done.
그거는
그래.
어?
그게
And she tried to protect her head, yeah.
그건 그랬어.
그래. 그러면
아니었어.
그렇다면
Okay, so we're done here. So, with this, let's just continue on, yeah. And we'll finish this and then we'll stop playing. And the auto save should keep us safe. Well, that shit is great. Wait, our rapport with Cell went up a lot? Damn. That's kind of interesting. That means if we hadn't messed up that one dialogue, it would have went up a lot.
전화 다시 볼게. 잠깐만.
Ji-young fiddled with her watch.
저기 지금 와서 할 말인가 싶은데요. PD님 안 옮겨도 되는 거겠죠?
나도 이게 할 말인가 싶긴 한데 조사를 해보랬지 옮기라곤 안 했던 것 같거든.
그러네요. 경찰 조사 받을 때 말 나올 수도 있고.
Ina's eyes widen.
경찰? 조사? 왜? 사고잖아.
아니, 모든 기본적인 조사는 할 거잖아요.
A dead silence fell over them.
왜? 경찰 만나면 불편한 일이라도 있냐? 너무 펄쩍 뛰어서 나까지 같이 뜰 뻔했네.
머리 복잡한데 넌 또 뭐야?
나? 서혜성이지. 왜? 복잡하신 머리를 한층 더 꼬이게 만들었어?
지도 벌벌 떨던 주제에 갑자기 센 척하네.
우리 세일 FD 눈빛이 막 안경 뚫고 나오겠다.
전화 연결됐어. 조용히 해봐.
꼴등은 말도 못해? 등수별로 한마디씩 할 수 있나?
No, because we got in contact with the fucking police. Wait a bit. Can you argue later? Oh my god. I swear to God, children disgust me.
혜성아,
알겠어. 잠시 다물어줄게.
Sometimes important shit happens. You know, actually no. I think I was kind of right the first time around. How the hell did Hae-sung get so like, with this extremely poor like emotional regulation? How the hell did he become a social media king? Actually, wait, dream, what? Fuck. You know what? Never mind. It can happen. Yeah. Sorry. Ji-young continued her phone conversation.
그게 아니고요. 제가 직접 본 게 아니라서.
She seemed to have difficulty while trying to explain the situation.
직접 봤던 사람이 말해야 될 것 같아.
제가 할게요.
그래, 네가 해봐.
Okay, so this is gonna get skipped over. Like, not actually, but like, in the story, we're gonna basically summarize the dialogue later. Ji-young held her wrist up for Di-yoon. Di-yoon explained what he saw and heard through the phone.
끝났어요.
Ji-young lowered her wrist and shook it lightly.
말이 길었네. 누나 팔 아프게.
그 정도는 아니었어.
따로 더 할 말이라도 있었어?
말 나온 김에 수다 떤 건 아닐 테고.
Of course, it wasn't a little chat.
좀 이상하다 싶은 데가 있어서.
이상해?
무슨 말이에요?
PD님은 머리에 콘크리트 잔해를 맞았어. 바로 찾았지. 그만한 크기의 피까지 묻은 건 하나뿐이었으니까. 대충 봐도 치명상을 입혔을 거야.
그래. 주변에는 자잘한 자네들 뿐이었고.
다 아는 얘기잖아.
잠깐, 내 얘긴 지금부터.
This isn't timed, right? Because I... Okay, so although it wasn't critical, she had a large... I'm trying to think. Okay, so... I actually don't remember this one, and I remember I got really annoyed by it. Okay, so... Seemed to have caused her death. Other injuries are relatively minor. She was hit with debris. She must have been conscious until the last minute. You know what? You know what? Because I don't want to redo this, right? And I don't want to just lose a bunch of points and reputation. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go into my last stream from all that time ago and just figure out the answer from there. Stop that. Stop that. I did not mean to do that. Okay. You know what? Wait, Barry Stark was like months ago. Oh my fucking god. Oh my god, it was 6 months ago? Wow. We kept up the ASL one? Really? Damn. Okay. Which one was it? Maybe. Oh my god, there's so many streams. I didn't realize it took me so long. Yeah, we ended the Genosia one, or Nocia, and then we did that, and in between we did a bunch of IDV. Okay, so this is the manager died, so maybe this one. Yeah, it's probably somewhere in here. Okay, let me skip through. You know, I think it would have been easier to just pull up a walkthrough. That was my bad. I'm sorry, guys. Okay, yeah, so I was kind of right. So it's the head injury and the hand wound, it looks like. Right? Okay. Yeah. I just... You know, I did this before, so I'm not gonna do all of it. I'm sorry, guys.
잔해를 맞은 건 정수리였어. 바로 보일 정도로 큰 상처가 나 있었지.
고개 든 상태였을 거랬지? 전까진 의식이 있으셨을 거야.
손등에 상처가 있었어. 손바닥은 깨끗했고.
잔해에서 머리를 감싸면서 찍혔고.
머리를 다치고 감쌌으면 손바닥에도 피가 묻었겠지.
순서상 머리를 맞기 전에 다쳤단 말이야?
그래, 머리를 가리는 건 의식이 있을 때 할 수 있는 일이야.
거기에 어떤 점이 이상해?
다시 순서대로 짚어볼게.
Actually, that does make sense because so she gets a massive injury on her head, but the whole time she was protecting her head. So even if the debris was bad enough to kill her on the spot with like the blunt to the head, her hands should have been a lot more damaged because she would have still been protecting her head. And her actual head, while it would have like sustained a lot of damage, it shouldn't have been as I guess the wound wouldn't have been as sharp, right? Like it wouldn't have hit her head directly. Because why would she just unprotect her head if it was still collapsing around her? So it does make sense that those would be the two. But yeah, it was really frustrating the first time around. I feel like it makes sense now that I know the answer. I can go work backwards and explain it, but I feel like it was really, really hard for me to go forward and like figure it out. Yet again, maybe I'm just not that smart and I'm not very good at puzzles, so that could just be a me thing.
무대가 무너져. 철골에 다리가 깔리면서 못 움직이게 돼. 몸부림치다 자잘한 잔해들이 떨어지고 몸 아래 깔려. 잔해에서 머리를 감싸다 손등을 다쳐. 머리를 들다 큰 잔해 정수리를 맞고 치명상을 입어.
그런데
이러면 큰 잔해가 2개 필요해요. 손등을 찍은 거랑 정수리에 떨어진 거. 우리가 본 그럴 만한 잔해는 하나뿐이었어요.
자네가 튀어올라서 다시 맞았을 리는 없고.
머리를 맞고 감쌌으면 손바닥이 깨끗할 수가 없네.
머리는 치명상이야. 맞고 나면 감싸고 말고도 못한다고.
잔해는 하나인데 눈에 띄는 상처는 2개.
손등에 난 상처 스치거나 까진 건 아니고? 아니 잠깐,
이나야 왜?
전제가 틀렸을 수도 있잖아. 손등에 난 상처 꼭 다리가 깔린 다음이라고 할 수 있어?
손등은 깔리기 전에 다친 거다?
들어봐봐. 무대가 무너지고 피디님이 머리를 감싼 채로 도망쳐. 그러다 다른 거에 맞고 손등에 상처가 난 거지.
그리곤 철골에 다리가 깔린 거면
빠져나가려고 머리를 들었다가 정수리에 큰 잔해를...
그러면 손등은 딴 데서 다친 거지. 이제 해명이 되네. 자네가 하나인 것도 말이 되고.
Needles for death.
근데 그게 달아나다 그랬다기엔 피디님 위치 거의 그대로라서요.
상처가 2개인 건 여전히 설명이 안 된다는 거야?
What if she ran in a circle? I don't know. Like, sometimes I panic, I run a certain way, and then realize, oh shit, that's not a good way to run, and then I run back, and then maybe I'll fall and then get crushed like that, you know? It's possible. Backtracking. Shit can happen.
죄송해요. 저 때문에.
Yoon took a step back. Maybe she got hurt while running away, as Ina pointed out. No point in dwelling on these strange things when it was obviously an accident.
길게 매달릴 것까진 없었는데.
너무 고민하지 말자. 버티기 힘들어져.
결론까지 내는 건 우리 몫이 아닐 거야.
Yoon nodded. But the sense of doubt still lingered. Se-yoon was remaining in the same spot. Sel's last remark revolved around in his mind.
그렇다고 해도 조금만 더 일찍 발견했다면 어땠을까?
That depends on when earlier, because by the time we woke up and we found everyone, like, we didn't hear anybody. Like, she would have probably been screaming her head off, right? I mean, I guess if... Maybe, like, depending on how long the collapse took and also how long each of us were, like, unconscious. Or, like, if the collapse was still happening. No, that, like, the thing is, like... I guess, like... Yeah, like, I guess if she was screaming the whole time the collapse was happening and, like, let's say several other members were still conscious and they could potentially hear, they wouldn't hear due to all the rubble and the noise. So maybe her voice would have been given out and hoarse, and she wouldn't have been able to, like, make enough noise for people to be drawn towards her, and then the fatal thing happened.
구할 수 있었을지도 모르잖아.
처음엔 무대를 돌아볼 만한 상황이 아니었잖아요.
제가 깨어났을 때도 이쪽은 잠잠했어요. 아마 돌아가신 건 처음 무너진 때랑 거의 같았을 거예요.
So it seems like everyone was knocked unconscious at some point.
어차피 안 되는 일이었다.
Potentially. At least Cell was knocked unconscious, and we also know that we were knocked unconscious.
꼬아서 듣지 말고 무슨 뜻인지 몰라?
I don't think this is anything that we can say. I would rather say it was beyond our control. Because simply put, pondering about the past like this, it does nothing to help us. If anything, it's just gonna stress us out and just make us sadder. So we just like, even if this is cope, we kind of have to believe it and go with it. That's the thing. There's absolutely nothing good that can come from thinking like this. So
불가항력이었다고 생각해요. 세일이 말처럼 우리가 깨어났을 땐 늦었을 거예요. 안타까운 일이지만 바꿀 수 있는 건 없어요.
불편한 얘기를 해서 미안.
우리한테도 중요한 과제가 있잖아요.
그래. 여길 무사히 나가는 거.
산 사람은 살자는 얘기를 되게 꼬아서 하네.
yes. Oh, what do you want from me? What do you want me to say? I don't understand you. You know what? I kind of get it though. I guess, you know, if my mom was killed like this, I would want to ponder things and think about the what ifs, and I wouldn't want people to just shut down my feelings. So maybe I get that, or maybe it's like I don't know, like I don't see what was said as rude. So I don't like. I get that you kind of have to have the. It's a choice game, so it makes sense that there will be consequences to it. But I don't really see why Jiyoung would get upset with us, because that's just like, we're just saying, hey, don't think about it, right? Like, I mean, we're not saying like, hey, what's with you bringing up this negative topic? What are you doing, or something like that. I don't know. What did Cell said? Maybe that was why I wasn't. I forgot already. I'm sorry. I have like, I only remember 2 dialogue boxes at a time. I have like minimum brain cells. I'm sorry, guys. But like, what do you mean we're making things complicated? Yes, we are saying that we should focus on surviving. That's the whole point. We can't do anything else if we don't survive. I don't get, like, it is so confusing to me why he seems to be so insistent on doing things that puts us in danger and worrying about the fact that Seyoung died, right? But when we suggested, hey, how about we try to help the investigation a little bit and take pictures maybe, since, you know, you want to be a little helpful, he gets mad at us. Like, what do you want from me? What do you want? I'm trying my best here. People are dying and you're complaining to me? You're complaining to me? I hope you know. I'm just as insignificant to you and as powerless as you in this whole situation. I don't know what you want.
좀 얼탱이가 없네.
넌 뭐?
으씨, 한참 조용하길래 먼저 구조된 줄 알았다.
헛소리 예정이면 잠깐 입을 닫아주는 게 어때?
급 애도 분위기인 거 이상하지 않냐? 솔직히 나 빼곤 전부 PD님 안티 아니었어?
Okay, so how do, like, I kind of get it that he feels it's performative, that he genuinely cared, and that everyone else didn't really care about her that much. But it's a dead body of someone we know. Like, even a regular dead body of someone we don't know would, like, freak us the fuck out. And we would still feel sympathy because human to human, right? But this is the fact that we knew this person as a person and we got to talk to them. We got to know them. Like, yes, of course we're going to feel bad and feel emotional. But obviously you are feeling it way worse. I don't know. It's so weird to me kind of going into these things and thinking about things like this, because I think I usually I struggle to say anyone is performative about anything, because I'm scared that, you know, I'm criticizing someone who's like being genuine. Like, there's things like people faking being mentally ill and being performative about it to get attention. And I never want to really be the one to say that or ever, like, genuinely put it out there. Like, maybe behind closed doors, I'll be like, okay, don't you guys think that person's being a little suspicious with how they're talking about their mental illness or something like that? But otherwise, I would never be the one to put it out there first. I would much rather, I would rather believe them and treat them as if everything is real, even if I do have my suspicion, because I can be wrong, and I'm not going to tell a depressed person, stop faking it, you're not depressed, you're being a piece of shit by fucking God, I cannot think. You're being a piece of shit by just God, there's no word that really fits here. It's like I want to say like performing the disorder, but I don't know if that's really correct. It's like there's a word to like say like, oh, you're taking this and you're like making a mockery of it and using it for your own self-gain. But I just can't think about it right now. I like all I can think of is like performing, and I don't like that's just not the right word here. But you know, we'll just use it for now because I can't find it. I don't like how you're performing our disorder and pretending that you have it when you don't, and you're just like trying to gain social points and be popular, and then like they actually do have depression, and I don't know, I bully them into like dying. There's just really nothing you can gain by pointing out that someone's faking something, unless it's a situation where like they're using it to escape accountability, right? Like they're like, oh, I may have ruined this charity event and caused several people to lose their channels, but I'm depressed, guys. Then like, yeah, you can call them out. Like, I don't know. I'm sorry, like I remember in the first, like I think I had really strong mixed feelings about Haesung because he was super supportive and nice of us, but he was also such a fucking asshole to everyone else, and he's saying shit like this and it makes me pissed off. Like anytime we have like the main events where he talks, I'm just like, god damn it.
사사건건 개기고 뒷담 안 깠냐고.
생전에 그런 거랑 지금이 똑같냐?
Like, you could have a problem with a professor, and then the professor dies a horrible accident, and then you have to like look at their body and like acknowledge them as a person, especially if it was like, let's say, a small classroom and you got to actually know the professor as a person. Like, I don't think there's many people in the world that will just be like, huzzah, good riddance, because he had some personal conflict, okay? Like, unless the personal conflict just got that bad, it's just, you're not gonna, no, you're just not going to. After staring at Ina for a moment, Haesung turned his head.
PD님 장례식에 상주 서시겠어?
나한테 하는 말이야?
내가 누나 보고 있었어? 그럼 맞는가 보네.
왜 그런 식으로 말하는데? 야! 막말 참으면 혓바닥 갈라지냐?
막말? 순수한 마음을 매도하면 안 돼.
Oh, sorry. Haesung's eyes turned red. Aren't they always red? It was like Haesung was a member of Se-young's fan club. He never had complaints about any of her directions or instructions. Haesung liked what Se-young liked and hated what she hated.
쭉 PD님 편이었던 나라도 짚어줘야 될 것 같거든.
Oh wait, his eyes are brown. Yeah, that's interesting. I'm sorry, I didn't realize. Actually, something that's really interesting is usually people struggle to have characters look realistic-ish or like more grounded, because like you see a lot in anime and like animation. Characters will have really colorful like hair, eyes, and like really popping designs. All of the designs here kind of make sense. Like his eyes are a natural color, everyone's eyes are a natural color, and most people have natural color. Wait, I just realized Cell and Haesung, they both don't. But I feel like it makes sense for Haesung because it's likely he dyed his hair. For Cell, it's hard. I guess his hair is supposed to be like a shade of black, maybe. Unless it's actually green, I don't know. Okay, so I don't think changing the top is gonna do anything, and like they're adults. They're gonna notice what you're doing. It's not gonna. He's angry. He's gonna just get more angry.
혜성아, 그런 식으로 말하면 안 돼. 일하는데 의견 차이가 있었던 거랑 지금 애도하는 건 다르잖아.
Du-yoon unthinkingly folded his arms over his chest. He tried to suppress the aching pain in his heart.
너도 혼란스러운 거 알아. 힘들 거야. 그래도 이런 식은 아무 도움이 안 돼.
도윤이 형,
Oh, okay.
내가 가슴이 아파서 그래. 머리도 깨질 것 같고. 어떻게 점점 더 이러지? 어떻게?
Actually, no, I can get that. If I get sad, I respond angrily as well. That's kind of the person I am. Their gaze towards Haesung softened.
너만 슬픈 거 아니야.
살아계실 때 다툰 거 사실이야. 지금 애도하는 것도 진심이고 믿어줬으면 좋겠어.
은하, 혜성이도 알 거예요.
There was a heavy silence that lingered in the air. Some time has passed. Ina spoke up while staring at the end of her feet.
베스타 폐지되려나?
Probably, yeah.
그럴지도 모르지.
Realistically speaking, this kind of controversy should end the show. Honestly, having a comeback is it having a comeback would be so hard with this whole situation. So you know, it's just not meant to be.
몇 달을 여기만 매달려 있었는데
WBS야. 이것도 이용해 먹으려고 할걸? 베스타. 망해가던 쇼라고. PD님이 여기까지 뛰어났는데 그냥 끝내겠어?
그래서 앞으로도 계속 까불거리겠다는 거야?
쇼만 이어진다면 얼마든지.
이어질지 말지는 우리가 정하는 게 아니야.
남의 일처럼 말하네. 꼴등도 의지를 다지는데.
순위, 폐지, 지금은 그런 게 중요한...
뒤에서 두 번째도 어쨌든 꼴찌는 아니란 거지? 쇼에서도 상황 궁금해하잖아. 안 끝날 거라고.
잠깐! 무슨 소리 안 들려?
무너지는 거야?
Dust flew around when the debris fell.
다들 괜찮아? 설마 이렇게 점점 더 위험해지는 건
I just realized, is there no auto feed? Everyone's face turned pale. It was the first tremor they felt since finding the body. It was natural for them to feel restless.
잠깐, 지금...
A large steel plate came falling down and almost crushed Aesop.
괜찮아? 미친다 진짜. 와. 구조대 코빼기도 못 보고 뒤지는 거 아니야?
다른 데 갈 데 없나? 찾아봐야 되는 거 아니에요?
아니면 구조대의 확인이라도...
난 지금 연락 안 돼. 다른 사람은?
저도 안 돼요. 혹시 방금 진동 때문에...
방금 못 봤어? 나 진짜 한 끗 차이로 살았어. 산책한다고 치고 한 바퀴만 돌자 좀.
야, 다른 데도 체크는 해두는 게 좋을 것 같은데.
무대가 위험해질 수도 있으니까요. 더 무너지면 그나마 있던 길도 없어질지 모르잖아요.
세 사람은 저렇게 얘기하는데
찾아보는 게 좋을까? 아니면
So I think we should search around because I know we're gonna search around anyway, so let's just say it.
먼저 무대 주변부터 살펴보죠. 상황이 계속 바뀌고 있으니까.
바깥 지시 없이 움직여도 될까?
Well, outside doesn't know. what's
무리수를
going
안
on.
두는 선에서 길을 찾아보는 정도면
마냥 개기는 것도 무리수라면 무리수 아니야?
대비 차원이라고 생각하자.
선택지조차 없어지기 전에요.
Ji-young and Gyuk looked around silently.
그럼 조심해서 돌아보자.
무리해서 찾으려고 하면 안 돼.
조금이라도 이상하다 싶으면 바로 말해.
조심하면서 돌아보자.
그럼 토낄 데 없나 잘 디벼보자고.
The group carefully headed towards the area around the stage. Okay, so we're gonna do a quick save, I guess. Yeah, so we can't like actually save, I think. Yeah, okay, we're gonna save there, and yeah, we can't actually save, really? Oh, we can save. Like, let's do an actual save as well. Wait. Okay. So I think the resume should be from the last save point. Okay. So we should be fine here. We're gonna stop here for tonight because it is getting it's getting really late for me. This was not supposed to go on as long as it did. But yeah, hopefully I don't accidentally keep skipping dialogue. I'll keep the auto on, but if it gets too fast for me to read the in-between dialogues, then I'm gonna turn it off. There will be times I mess up with the dialogue a little bit. I might skip some people and I might not, what's it called? You know, let people finish talking and I'll just like skip over them. And if that happens, then I'm sorry, but I'll try my best for the most part to just keep everything hopefully well. So anyways, yeah, that's all I gotta say. Thank you guys for watching, and